that handles that. Then we have CMC. CMC is Cocoa Marketing Company. It is the subsidiary of Cocoa Board that receives the cocoa into warehouses, preserves it, then ships it abroad. They also sells it. So from here, we'll go there. Let's go and see how we keep cocoa in sight. Then we have CPC. CPC is Cocoa Processing Company. They are the ones that change the cocoa beans into things like chocolate, cocoa powder, cocoa butter. And the CPC manager is also here. So because of time, maximum maybe 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 QCC, CMC, then because what everything is fast. There's a farm at the back there. From here, we'll go there and it's ready to see how the cocoa farm is. You can really touch the cocoa leaves. You see how the cocoa is on the tree. After that, we've organized CPC. In fact, clap your hands for CPC. Because after going to the farm, they will be giving every person that came, including the drivers, and everybody that came, cocoa drink. You drink how cocoa drink looks like. When you have an idea of how cocoa, like then, when you are going, everybody that came, at least you get one tablet of chocolate. So, I'm inviting us to stop. 10 minutes. Let's check. For yesterday is science track. We're going to talk about maybe a little history about cocoa, how it's planted, then continue. Ask questions. What did they can ask questions? And we are bringing small bottles of water. Right. All right. Good morning. How are you? I'm also doing well by the grace of God. That's right. And what's your name? My name is, because you are students, I will say Law. All right. So at the end of my presentation, I'm going to ask questions so that I want to see whether you are able to understand what I'll be telling you. Okay. So everybody, listen to what I have for you. Just 10 minutes. Okay. All right. Now we are going to talk about cocoa. I hope you know that. Yes. Have you seen a cocoa pod before? Yes. Good. So we are going to talk about it. Now, cocoa is so important. Today we are not talking about maize. We are not talking about yam. But we want to talk about cocoa. That shows or tells us the importance of cocoa, isn't it? Yes. So that's what we are going to talk about. Now, before we talk about, what COCOBOD is doing, this place is Ghana COCOBOD. I have to give you just a small history about cocoa, okay? Yes. And that history, I'm sure some of you know, especially our day-to-day students, right? Now, do you see somebody in the picture there? Yes, sir. Good. Who do you think it is? Everybody say it again. Again. For the last time. Now, the man over there. Sorry. Okay, now let's continue. Now, Etekwashi is the one that we all know. We know that he is the one who brought cocoa from Equatorial Guinea to Ghana. I hope you know the story. And that is the picture over there. He is a Ghanaian. He is not Obroni. He is Ghanaian or any Patuntu.
Okay, he traveled from Ghana. In those days, we don't call it Ghana, we say Gold Coast. So exactly. So Tete Kwashi moved from here to Fernando Po, now Equatorial Guinea, and that's where he brought the cocoa pods from. And today we have so many of the cocoa trees in Ghana. So we all have to say to Tete Kwashi, thank you for going to giving us what? Cocoa. Are you listening? Yes. So that is just a summary, a short story about the man we see in the picture. Okay? Are you okay? No, like, I want to hear you. Are you okay with that? Good, because I didn't ask questions. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. Yes. Now I want to try. I'm going to try and tell you things important things we should know about cocoa. Alright? Why cocoa is so important to Ghana, the whole Ghana. Very, very important. Now, one of the reasons is that cocoa gives us plenty money. Alright? The cocoa that we plant and grow, they give us plenty money. They also help others to get job. Like I'm standing here. It is because of the cocoa I am working in Ghana COCOBOD. Are you okay? So cocoa has given a lot of people jobs to do, work to do. And some of you, you will grow and also work in Ghana COCOBOD. All right? Good. And then we also know that cocoa also is giving us food because we can turn the cocoa into cocoa drink and chocolate. They are all food, isn't it? Yes. So that is it. And then we also know that cocoa also serves as raw materials. How many of you use the cocoa butter? Exactly. So we use cocoa for such pomade. Are you getting me? All right. So cocoa is so important. It's very, very important. And for you, those in dates, you can see that I have a fire. Do you see it? So that it will help you remember the importance of cocoa. So the F over there stands for what? Food. Everybody say food. Again, it means that cocoa gives us what? Food. Then the second one is what? Income. Then the R. R stands for raw material. Again, I like the vim. Then the last one stands for
So that is just a short way to enable you to help you remember the importance of your cocoa began. Are you okay? So if I ask you to tell me just one, you should be able to remember fire. F-I-R-E. The F stands for food, I stands for income, R stands for raw materials, and then the E is employment. When we say employment,
giving jobs. Okay. Like I'm standing here. It's because of cocoa. All right. I'm not standing here because of yam. I'm standing here because of what? So clap your hands for cocoa. Good. Let's go to the next one. Now, this is a picture. Now, in the center, do you see it? I'm not sure it's still on the stage. But do you see the cocoa in the middle? Yes. So at the far right corner, we have cocoa drink over there. That's just a template, a sample. Okay. Then we can also get more money. Do you see some money over there? It means that cocoa gives us what? Yes. And then the one down there is the cocoa butter in Kutonu. All right, near Yesrano. Then we can also get soap. And then what do you see at the far left corner there? Chocolate, isn't it? Yes. So cocoa can be used for so many things. These are just a few that I have mentioned to you. And I'm going to ask you to tell me some of the benefits or uses of chocolate, for soap, for pomade, and etc. Are you getting it? Yes. Let's go to the next one. Now, what do you see over there? Now we are going to talk about Ghana Cocoa Board. All right. Now you see a woman, a big woman, having how many children?
again, again, yes.
The big woman is called Ghana COCOBOD. Okay? The woman over there is Ghana COCOBOD. Now, the children, I am one of the children. So I'm going to tell you what my mother has asked me to do, what I do at home. Are you getting it? I said the big woman is Ghana COCOBOD. And the children over there you see, I am one of them. Okay, so my name is Seed Production Division. Can you say that? Again? Please, let's go to the next slide. So you will see the 4 children over here. So I'm the one on your left, far left. Okay? Yes, so that is me. SPD, that's my name. Okay? SPD is my name. So we're going to talk about SPD and what we do. Because COCOBOD is so big, and I am a child of COCOBOD. COCOBOD is the mother, and I am a child. So I'm going to tell you what I do for COCOBOD. Are you understanding? Yes, so I'm going to tell you what I do. SPD, what we do. So I want you to take note. When you go home, you tell your mommy, I saw the SPD man, and this is what they do for Coco. Are you getting it? So let's go to what we do. Now, I have simplified it for all of you. It's so simple. What my mama has said, I do. Multiply the
Now, we don't want the cocoa to get finished in Ghana. Do you want to see cocoa to get finished in Ghana? So because we don't want it to be finished.
It is my job all the time to make sure there is no everybody to plant. Are you getting it?
So
Now, what's your name? Deborah. Now, Deborah says that he wants to go and plant cocoa. She has to come to me. I have to make sure that anytime somebody wants cocoa to go and plant, they come to me and I have enough. I should have what? Enough for the person to go and plant. So that is what we do. SPD. That's what we do. At your age, we will not go to the technicalities, okay? What goes on into that. But what we do is to make sure that all the time there are cocoa for farmers to plant them. Are you understanding? Good. And then it will surprise you. I'll show you pictures. The cocoa that we give out to any Ghanaian, any farmer is free for now. We don't sell them. So if you come to me and say, I have a piece of land and I want to go and grow cocoa or plant cocoa, I'll give you the cocoa pod or seedlings so that you go and plant them. You won't pay for it. You won't clap your hands for Ghana. So when you live here and you go home, you tell your parents, you tell your parents that, oh, I didn't know. It's free. And they'll give you the pods to what? To plant them. All right, please, the next slide. Now, what beautiful picture do you see here? Yes, so this is all that we are talking about. Is it nice? What's the color of the pod over there? Again? Again? Who likes color yellow so much? Your favorite color? All of you. Hey, all right. So that is cocoa for you. It's so beautiful, isn't it? And this is what we use for our chocolate. We get money from it. It's giving so many people jobs. All right? Okay. The next one. Now you see we are getting different colors of our cocoa. Now what other color do you see aside the yellow? Yes, my friend. Red. Red. Okay, someone said red. Yes. Green. All right. Is there any other color? Yes. Yellow. Good. So we are seeing yellow, green. I said red. Eh? Yes. They are all cocoa. They are all cocoa. All of them are cocoa. We use them for the same purpose. So you can see more pictures. You see the different colors. Yes. These are all cocoa pods that we do. Now, this is too. Please, let's go to the next slide. It's too big. Now, these are the seedlings that we give to farmers. This is my work. What I do. So you see them. They are cocoa plants, small plants. We call them seedlings. Seedlings. Again. Yeah. So these are what we give to farmers for free. They don't pay a penny. Okay, so let's go on to the next slide. Now, this is when they are growing. So the first stage I showed you, then they come to this stage. Okay. Yes. So that is it. These are all cocoa seedlings. Cocoa seedlings. It means the younger plant, a very, very young plant. All right. This place is the nursery. Good. No, please go back again. This is the nursery where we nest. No, go back. Where we nest our cocoa. You can see them. That is how we do it. Very nice. It is done by excellent people, people who have knowledge. They have been trained to do them. Are you getting it? Yes. So we take all our cocoa through so many processes before we give them out to our farmers. I want you to appreciate what COCOBOD is doing. Are you getting it? Yeah. So let's go on to the next slide. All right. So the next slide is still telling us about the seedlings, the cocoa seedlings. Cocoa seedlings. Now, in tree, how do you call seedling? Who can cocoa seedling? Yes. Ediaba. Hey, please me, I don't understand well. Ediaba is what? Aba. Now then I to them. Yes. Seedlings now, exactly. And so that's how I've heard it somewhere before. Now look at this image over there. It's not part, but this is a coffee plant. COCOBOD, we also do coffee. We grow coffee in Ghana. This is coffee. You hear daddy saying, go and buy me coffee. Now this is a coffee plant over there. It is flowering. Have you seen the flowers? White. Yes, so we also do coffee. And that one too, we give free seedlings to anybody. Now listen to it. Now, where you grow your cocoa and it doesn't do well, if you have a piece of land, a farm, and then you see that this portion, the cocoa is not doing so well, then you come and take coffee and go and plant it over there. You see that the coffee will do well. All right? So when you go home, you inform your parents. Let's go on to the next one. So these are what we call the soldiers. These are all coffee. So COCOBOD is doing a lot behind the scene. You don't see it. These are all coffee. No, let's go back. They are soldiers. We call them soldiers. Say soldiers. Soldiers. Again? Soldiers. You think you only see soldiers with a gun. No, these are soldiers. They have guns over there. All right? But they are coffee. All right? So we take them through certain stages. Now, this stage is called the pre-germination stage. Okay? So that's what we do for coffee. Now, I want to ask, who is a farmer? Who can tell me? Who is a farmer? Do we have a special group of people, we call them farmers, or anybody can be a farmer? Now, when you look at the picture you see here, there are a lot of professions, isn't it? So starting with a policeman, then we have, Tetekwashi was a blacksmith. All right, so that is the Tetekwashi over there, having their hammer. Okay, then we have a judge with the gavel. Then we have, is it a scientist or what? A doctor. Exactly. Now, all of these people can also go into farming. They can do farming. I just want you to know that anybody, even you can do, as you're a student, you can still do farming. So farmers are not just special group of people. Any of these can be a farmer. All right? Okay? So when you see farmers, it's not, every farmer has something else they do. All right? So we can all be a farmer. Now, I want to talk to you about this one. Everybody say this after me. Personal protective equipment. Again. Now, because of the nature of farming, you always have to protect yourself. Okay? And these are some of the equipment that we use to protect ourselves. If you are going to the farm, you need to make sure you protect yourself because on the farm, we use a lot of tools. Who can mention some of the tools we use in our farm? Hoes, good. Yes. Cutlass. Now, hoes and cutlasses are all sharp objects. They can hurt you if you don't handle them well, isn't it? Good. So we use these ones to protect ourselves. All right. So these are some of the protective equipment that we use. Okay. And then which one is this one? We have more of the protective equipment that we use to protect ourselves when we are going to the farm. You see somebody is in the protective clothing trying to do some spraying. All right. And these are some of them. The tools that we use. Please, let's go on to the next one. Okay. Now we can use more tools, more complicated ones on our farm. Exactly. These are all machines we use in our farm. Okay. Okay. But not cocoa specific. I just want to show you. All right. So now I'm ending. I'm closing. So if you go home and you want a cocoa seedling to plant, you have to come to only SPD. Okay, advise your parents, advise your family that if they need cocoa to plant, they have to come to what? SPD. Again, again. Thank you so much. God bless you all.
Essential division. So shall we clap for our teacher? We are your students, please, teachers. Tell us something about church.
Good afternoon. Yes, I'll continue from where my brother left. He has already told us COCOBOD has 4 children, isn't it? And Chet, one of those children. And that is what I'm going to talk about. Cocoa Help and Extension Division, Chet, in short. We deal directly with the families. You know, farming is a profession, isn't it? Farming is a profession. And I'm sure we have people that cultivate yam, cassava, and what have you. Those who cultivate cocoa, they are the people that we deal with directly. And my brother also talked about fire. I'm sure you are remembering the words. Yes. He talked about fire. That is food, income, raw materials, and belongings. Sure. So, anybody that engages himself or herself in cocoa farming is supposed to have all these benefits. The benefits of what? Fire. The benefits of fire. You have the food, you have the income, there will be employment, and there will be what? Raw materials. Now, our main work at Cocoa Health and Extension, we are to control the spread of CSSVD. I'll break it down. CSSVD is cocoa swelling shoot virus disease. Cocoa swelling shoot virus disease is a viral disease that attacks the cocoa tree and can eventually even kill the tree. The tree will not bear any fruit anymore. So we are supposed to work and control it. And after we control it, by controlling it, what we do is we cut the whole farm. We cut the whole farm and replant it. I will start with this picture. I'm sure you have seen the gentleman there. Yes, the farm has been cut off. Now we are going to re-establish the farm. So he's now doing lining and pegging. We do lining and pegging, that is what he's doing. It's 10 feet by 10 feet square. And we make sure every 10 feet there should be a plantain with the cocoa. Just 1 foot close. So you realize that the word that we normally use is 1 plantain, 1 cocoa. I will explain. So the gentleman is doing lining and pegging. He's now establishing a new farm. You have your questions now. If I'm done, you can ask. Yeah, you see this farm. This is the next stage. After we planted the plantain and then the cocoa, we need to control farm maintenance. We need to control the weeds. Here we don't use weedicides. You have to use the cutlass. And be very careful you don't cut down the seedlings. You know the seedlings are raised from SPD. So we go for it and distribute it to the farmers and make sure we help the farmers to nurture them to grow. So that is where the help comes in, Cocoa Health and Extension. When seedlings are raised from the SPD, They will hand over every seedlings to us. Then we will eventually give it to the farmers and help the farmers to nurture it by giving them technical advices that can help grow their farm. The next picture. So that is a young farm. Yes. Now, this is a mature farm. The tree is grown now. I mean, that is a cocoa tree. I'm sure you can see some small thing like something like okra and some big anyhow. Yes, what I want to say is cocoa comes out of flowers. Cocoa that you have seen, the pod, comes out of flowers. There's cross-pollination. And we have some insects that we call midges in the farm. They actually do the pollination on our behalf. But even for now, we are doing hand pollination to just complement the efforts. Because we realize the insect level in the farm is going down. So because of that, when you go near a tree, you not see a lot of pods. You just see a few. So for now, we are even encouraging farmers to even use some of their grown-up children, not the young ones. They can see, when you take the polygrains, you can just touch it and it will form. Within 3 days, it will form. The small ones are between 3 weeks to 6 weeks. And those small ones, we call them cherries. They're the young cocoa pods. They're the young cocoa pods that we call them cherries. From 3 months going, it becomes mature pod. It becomes mature pod. So all that I'm trying to say is, cocoa pod comes out of flowers through pollination. Through pollination. Please, nobody should sleep. Let's move. Yeah, can you all see this? Yes. That's a typical cocoa farm. That is a typical cocoa farm. You know, the pods were harvested. The pods were harvested. And you have people around it, they are breaking it. And all those people, some are high labor. In fact, they hire them to break it, then they will pay for it. And they are using stick. They are not using cutlass. We use stick to break the pods. After this activity, what they do is, the beans that is collected has to be fermented. The beans that is collected out of the pods, the beans that is collected the beans that is collected from the pods has to be fermented, and is fermented within 6 days. Now, what normally happens is, you either use the box, or you can use plantain leaves. You just spread them on the floor, you pour the beans on it, then you use the same plantain leaves to cover it. You see, so after 6 days, you just turn it. You realize the beans has fermented. Fermentation brings about some amount of heat that is generated within. So you realize that some liquid will be dropping out of the beans. Then, after that, you just remove the excesses, like the placenta, some materials that are not needed. In fact, they are not part of it. So when you remove them, then you take them to the drying mat. The next picture, the drying mat. Yeah, I'm sure you can see the color of the beans. It means it is well fermented and well dried. When you see the color this way, the premium that my senior brother talked about is now come to bear on this. That is a very dry, well dried beans. Well dried beans. Sometimes when you put your hand into it, you can see, you hear some sound. It means it's very dry. And with this, Ghana here, we don't use any oven to dry our beans. But when you go to Côte d'Ivoire, they use ovens. But we have the sunlight, plenty. So that's what we use. And that also adds value to our beans. That makes it a premium. So it is the beans that is processed to cocoa butter, cocoa powder, Milo, what have you. It is these beans that is processed. It is this bean that is processed. I'll end here, then invite your questions. Yes. Yeah. He's asking me why do we plant plantain beside the cocoa, isn't it? Yes. You know, cocoa is a tree. It's a crop tree that doesn't want excessive heat. It wants a place that is a bit cool to thrive. So we normally, by the recommendation, you plant a plantain, then you put a cocoa, just a fruit, very close to it. What will happen is the plantain will grow and give a shade to that cocoa as it's young. For the cocoa to be able to grow and grow well. So that is why we normally plant a plantain. And besides that, too, the plantain also gives some amount of moisture to the root of the cocoa. So I'm very sure it's clear. Okay, the next question. Yes. Why do we dry? Yes, we have to dry. Because the point is, if you don't dry, you cannot get the quality that you want out of it. That is a fact. If you don't dry it, the quality that you want, you can't get it. And the scent, if the cocoa is well dried, you realize that when you go near it, it has a very nice scent. You see, all those things call for higher prices. So to be able to get a high price for our cocoa, that'd be why we need to dry it properly. The next question. The next question. I'm doing it fast because I know we are behind time. We'll be going downstairs, okay. I'm doing it fast. The next question.
What did I say?
Madam Gloria Ejewa.
Okay, so I am the third child of Ghana Cocoa. Third child coming from Quality Control Company UCC. Quality Control Company Limited. UCC. Did you get it?
Yes, madam.
Okay. So we are responsible for inspection of cocoa beans, inspection of cocoa beans, cocoa beans, grading and sealing. Please, what did I say?
Grading and sealing.
Inspection comes first. Inspection, grading and sealing. Then, inspection, grading and sealing. Okay. So from where the second facilitator ended, you saw the cocoa beans on the platform, right? The cocoa beans are put into bags. They put the cocoa. Madam. No, next. So they put the cocoa beans into bags, okay? And then QCC, we are responsible for inspecting it. Ghana can only have premium cocoa beans by QCC. QCC, through the inspection of QCC, you can only achieve quality premium beans through the inspection of QCs. Did you get it? You can only achieve quality premium cocoa through the inspection, training and sealing of Quality Control Company Limited. Okay. So what we do is we check the moisture of the cocoa beans in the bags. Madam. No, next. So we check the moisture of the cocoa beans in the bags by using aqua boys. Please say after me. Aqua boys. Aqua boys. That is the equipment we use in checking the moisture of the cocoa beans. And by doing so, we want to ensure that the cocoa beans are well dried. So from...
Let me capture your voice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So from the moisture checks, we also have an equipment called spit wire. Please. Go, next. Back. Back. Please, can you see from the picture where the guy is using a wire to pierce the cocoa bag? Yes. Can you see it?
Yes, madam.
So that is the wire. It's called spit wire. Spit wire.
Space wire.
Yes. So we use the spit wire to check the presence of foreign matter in the cocoa bag. When I say foreign matter, what do I mean? Anything other than cocoa beans, we call it foreign matter. Okay? So your shoe, if your shoe finds itself in a cocoa bag, it is what? Foreign matter. Do you understand? Yes. So we check the moisture, then presence of foreign matter, then we go ahead to sample. We draw samples from the cocoa beans. It's like you go to the hospital, you are sick. You go to the hospital, and then they come and take your blood sample. Okay, that is what we do. So we take sample from the cocoa bag, then we take it to the lab, do the analysis, and then you go ahead and tell them that okay, the quality of the cocoa beans is good. So you can go ahead and sell to the local or the international clients. Do you understand? Yes. So from the picture here, the one on the left, you see people drawing cocoa from the bags. You see them?
Yes, madam.
So the tool the person is using is called stab sampling or hone. Okay? So they use the hone to draw samples from the cocoa bags. Then after that we boil and then we do the analysis. Are you okay? Yes. We take the cocoa to the lab, and then at the lab it is determined that okay, this cocoa is grade 1, this cocoa is grade 2. So COCOBOD can go ahead and then sell the cocoa to CPC, or we can ship the cocoa to Brazil, to Germany, to Holland, or any other country. Are you okay?
Yes, madam.
Okay. So from the picture here, you see the equipment the person is holding. This is the aqua boy. The aqua boy I told you about. This is the aqua boy. So you put the cocoa beans in the cup, the small cup. Okay? And then you press. You see where the person has pressed? Yes. And it will give you the moisture of the cocoa beans. Are you alright?
Yes, madam.
Then, madam, next. We go ahead to check the category of the cocoa bag or the cocoa beans. We have different categories. COCOBOD every year comes up with categories. That depends on that. We tell you our clients. So we have different categories. But before you can determine the category, you have to first weigh it, and then that is what the person is doing. We have the cocoa scale. The equipment the person is using is called cocoa scale. Cocoa scale. Cocoa scale. So right now we had about 2 or 3 equipment. Who can tell me the first one? Okay. Aqua. Good. Good. Then the last one. What the person used, that's long thing. What is it? Concha. Spit wire, good. So we have 4. We have the cocoa skill, the aqua boy, the spit wire, and the cocoa. Okay, so the cocoa scale is for weighing the cocoa beans, the aqua bar is for checking the moisture, the split wire is for checking foreign matter, and then the last one is for the horn, that is for drawing samples from the cocoa bar. Are you alright? Yes. Okay, so we go ahead and then we do the cut test analysis. With the cut test analysis, we use knives to cut the cocoa beans lengthwise, then we examine the exactness. From there, you can say that this cocoa is grade 1 or this cocoa is grade 2 based on the defects that we get from the cut surfaces. Are you okay? So we have grade 1 cocoa and then we have grade 2 cocoa. We have substandard cocoa beans. You get it? Yes. Okay. So these are the tools we talked about. We have the staff sampler, we have the aqua boy, the cocoa scale, and then the spit wire. Have you seen the pictures? Yes. Okay. So if we certify that this cocoa, the quality of the cocoa is good, UCC we go ahead and then we hand over the cocoa to CMC, Cocoa Marketing Company. So we work hand in hand with Cocoa Marketing Company. They will take over the cocoa into storage. Then once in storage, we go ahead to do disinfestation activities for them. When I say disinfestation activities, what do I mean? The cocoa is food, right? Cocoa is food. So it is prone to any form of infestation, insect infestation, rodent infestation, anything, okay? So what we do is we apply chemicals. We apply chemicals to prevent the growth of these insects from destroying the cocoa beans. Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we apply what? We apply what? Chemicals. We apply chemicals, okay? To prevent what? Infestation. To prevent infestation. Okay. So when we have a contract that we want to ship to, say, Belgium, or any other country, we go back to inspect the cocoa, to check the quality of cocoa. If it is good, that is when we can go ahead and then ship that cocoa. So we put the cocoa into containers. That is for international market, and then for the local market, we know them from drugs to Olam, CPC, to Wampo, and then other processing companies. Okay. So, any question?
Madam, I'm a farmer, especially during this weather that the rain. I couldn't dry my cocoa beans well. I sell it to the whoever that carries the cocoa. And after that, political reason that it was not well dry. Who will bear that cost? Is it the farmer?
No, it is the LPC. We have that interface. The farmer doesn't sell cocoa on Ghana Cocoa Street. COCOBOD is giving some companies licenses to buy cocoa from the farmers. They are both licensed buying companies. And they buy the cocoa from the farmers and then they present the cocoa for grading and sealing at the LPC.
So
when the
me as a
cocoa-
farmer, I will not have problem.
Yes,
I'll take my money And nobody will come to you.
The license buying company
Will
takes
suffer.
responsibility for that. Yes.
What do we say to mommy?
Thank you very much.
Again.
Thank you very much.
Shall we all stand? Shall we all stand? Stand. Okay, you stretch to mama. Stretch to the left. Go. Clap for yourself and
So my name is Alfred Mensah, and I happen to take you through why we have cocoa and why we have chocolate and how we come about chocolate and why you should take chocolate. At this very point, all of you can understand or bear the reason why Ghana's chocolate is the best. With the processes from the farm to QCC, CMC, all the units, you see the rigorous and the complex nature of the whole system that embodies the quality of processing of cocoa and the chocolates. You cannot go wrong. Are you getting it? So simply, how do we come about getting chocolates? It starts from where our sister ended. After going through all these complex processes, it is handed over to a marketing or a buying company, which is also supervised by COCOBOD. And we, as a processor, we go and buy from them. So you cannot understand why you cannot plant your cocoa and decide in your room to use it to do chocolates. I get the point. You may not have the technical competence to satisfy all the processes and then churn out an edible product from what we have. But with COCOBOD, we satisfy all the requirements till it gets to the processing point, and we also take it over. So the chocolates on the streets that you see, especially the King's Bite, we don't import them. It comes from this very country. Most people have the notion that because of its quality nature, we import. No, it's never true. The factory is at Tema. Clap for Ghana. So after CPC has decided to produce chocolates, it starts by getting the products or the beans from CMC. Then we go ahead to clean it. There is a cleaning stage. That is to take further debris or foreign matter, just like my sister said, from the beans. Then once the cleaning is done, a sorting is done, then it goes through roasting. Just like when you want to do katikwan or granite soup, you roast the granite. Isn't that so? The same processes applies to cocoa processing. We have a giant and a tall machine which is automated with a specified temperature to roast the cocoa. Then from the roasting stage, it comes to the crushing stage. We break the cocoa into smaller pieces, more or less like a flour, but in its coarse state. Then we also peel off any covering or the shells covering the actual beans. Then from there, it moves to grinding. So just like when you want to do granite soup, you take it to a miller. We also have a giant miller in the setup of our processing plant, which mills the cocoa. And then when cocoa is milled, we call it liquor or cocoa mass. Now when it from the mass, it comes to grinding. So from grinding, it comes to mass, sorry. Then from the mass, it now gets to a junction. Listen very well. When we get to this junction, we have the cocoa in its paste form. You have two options. If you want to do chocolates, that is one option. If you want to do butter, That's another option. So at that juncture, it's either the cocoa paste or the cocoa mass is going to be used for chocolate or is going to be used for butter. The butter is the oil content in the cocoa beans, and it is one of the gold that Ghana produces. All these cosmetic products that we see on the market, the quality ones that we have are made of cocoa butter, and the undiluted cocoa butter is gotten out of the pressed cocoa mass. So it goes through the pressing. We get the cocoa oil, we filter it so that we can get the clear oil, then we cool it so that we can modify it into cocoa butter. If you have ever seen shea butter before, then you have seen cocoa butter. Hello? Hi. We don't normally come across cocoa butter because Ghanaians don't know so much about it and they don't even use it. But if you have ever seen shea butter, let me put it in our local parlance, the way shea butter behaves the same as cocoa butter, only that when you see cocoa butter, the scent may deceive you to take it as chocolate. It has a very nice scent, just like chocolate, but then it is an oil or a butter. So if we choose not to do butter, then we are going to do chocolate, because in chocolate you should have the butter, everything inside, so that you add your sugar, your milk, and other things, flavors to make it chocolate. So if you press the cocoa mass and get the butter out, now the hard nature or the substances that has come out after pressing the oil out, the chaff is what we call the cocoa powder. So when you are going to that butter production line, you are going to have two products at the end of the day. The byproduct, which is the powder, and the actual product, which is what? Butter. I have already told you that cocoa butter is used for cosmetic products because it has a lot of antioxidants which protects the body and help the body to resist any external danger or help us to grow well and have a very nice skin. So most of our cosmetic products basically are made up of cocoa butter. So cocoa butter is a very hot cake commodity that Ghana produces. But if we choose not to do cocoa butter and we choose to do chocolate, we don't take the butter out. Hello? The butter is inclusive in the primary material of chocolate production. Then we go ahead to add our recipe. The recipe is how much sugar we want to add to the cocoa mass, how much milk we want to add to the cocoa mass, how much flavor we want to add to cocoa mass. Next slide. For the time, I cannot explain vividly and details of how chocolate is done. Maybe next time